right? I remember leaving high school, my first job was with a printer, yeah, and my job was a costing accountant, right? Costing clerk. Yeah, so whenever they print the things like letterheads, business cards, all of that, I had to do the costing. So what I would do is like you had a formula for it. You just measure it up, take in consideration um, the time it takes to print and all of that, your labor, how much for the paper and all of that. There's a formula for that. So my job was to do that. And I remember them having like a folder, and I had to do up the costing and everything. Then I had to go in my boss's office and show him for him to approve it. And he had to sign it and everything. And that's the part I didn't like. Because when I usually go to his office, he would try and put argument to me and all of that. I didn't like that about him. So, and sometimes he would find fault with it and I had to go back and do it. Yes. And that was my boss. He was a short, little clear skinned guy, yeah. And he would always look argument with me, flirting with me then. And I remember I used to go back in the office and I would tell the accountant, she's the head accountant, I would tell her what happened. And I noticed she would like looking vexed and upset. So I didn't think anything of it. So come to realize two of them were together at the time. So two of them were together at the time when I was there telling her how the boss looking me and all of that. And looking back at it, I noticed like she was the main accountant and she would stay in his office hours. Some would have joked to my co-workers and say, I wonder what she in there do so long. Them time they me kind of knew what things and I wasn't thinking along that line that they were having a relationship and so forth. Yeah, so yeah, she would be upset, my dear, and her salary I know could cover certain things because she had bad acne, and every month that girl would go to the dermatologist and spend how much money on her skin, and me know say if your salary not cover that. So looking back at that, me know say two of them were together, and it is confirmed because a co-worker of mine told me that they were together. But that was my first job and it was okay. And I had several friends there. When Christmas time came, they would have parties and so forth. So it wasn't all that bad. Why did I leave that job now? The boss was there flirting. He wanted me to leave the job to be with him, and he would offer me certain things that I would live a better life and all of that. But I wasn't for that because he is a much older person than I am, and I was just not interested in that. I was not the money type, like I would be with you for money. It has to be that I like you and that's it. Or I have an interest in you. I didn't have any interest in him at all. No romantical feelings or anything. So, and to put on top of that, I met my son's father that time, and he was there. When I would tell him about it, he encouraged me to leave the job. So, being in love with my son's father, I took his advice like a damn idiot and left my job. I had a very hard time. Don't ever leave your job if you don't have a next one to go to, guys. That's the worst thing you could ever do. And don't take advice from a man for making the man make you leave your job. Because you feel like that man going to take care of you. Quite the opposite. I suffered financial wise when I left that job. That man was so damn mean. Come to find out he was a married man to put on top of that. And I took his advice and left the job. Because I could continue, although my boss was flirting with me, he wasn't like pushing any big pressure on me, So I regret it. That is one of my biggest regrets. Let's not talk about that. We talk about that in our next video. I have so much to tell you about my jobs. Yeah, but that's the reason why I left that job. After leaving that job now, I got another job at another place. This my first job. I had it for 7 years. Yes, 7 years. So I wonder if you guys can see my whole face. Oh my God, that would be sad if you can't see my whole face. That would be so sad, me here talking and not see my whole face. Because I put on the back camera. Yeah. Anyhow, I got another job at another place. That place was it was, I'm not telling you the name of the place because I don't want anybody come for me. But I got another job at a next spring tree. And I didn't stay there too long because me always meet upon some people who are not really good in them brain. The boss was a Rasta man, and he would always come to me and tell me his problems and this and that his wife leaving him, and he would cry. And I don't remember why I left that job, but I did leave that job. So the next job I went to was at a next place, a construction place. It's an office for a construction place. There again, it's like a family owned it, and one of the brothers was taking a set on me, like him looking me. I don't know why I have that problem, and I'm not all that. I'm not all that. I don't know why I had that problem. I don't consider myself all that. So why these men keep taking a set on me? And I was I was uncomfortable. I was a receptionist there. And passa go on that day one day, because I remember one time my child's father's wife, which I didn't know at the time that he was married because he lied to me. His wife came there. Apparently his wife's workplace did business with my workplace at the time. And she came there. It's a lucky thing I wasn't there. I was out for lunch. And I heard that she was telling one of the workers about me and why me I sleep with her husband and this. Me don't know why me always get myself in a passa and I am this quiet person. So when I come in, this girl I tell me, why you sleep with the people them husband? Why you sleep with the people them husband? I say, what? What are you talking about? And when me tell my child's father until this day, him tell me, he said it could never be her because she's not like that and re. And right now they are apart, and him go through a whole heap of woman after that, womanizer. So I was there, and it got uncomfortable at one point. And trust me, I was there for 2 years, and I don't remember why I left that job, but all my jobs I was never fired, never. I just left. It's either I left them or they downsized or something like that. So I don't remember. I think maybe it's that situation why I left that job. So unfortunate. Then my other job, my last job was at the bank. Right? At the bank, yeah. I'm not giving any names or anything. And I was at the bank for like 4 years. I did collections, like I would call up customers, find out when they're going to pay their credit card, record it on the computer, send out letters and those things. That was my job description. I enjoyed that job very much, and it's unfortunate that they were changing up things and they let us go, they were changing up the whole office thing. So we were dismissed and all of that. So that was my last job at NCB. Shh. Oh my God, why did I call the name? I hope you guys didn't hear me. I didn't want to call any names at all. So yeah, that was my last job. That job was I met a lot of nice people. It paid good money and everything. While at that job, I didn't have any support with my son because, you know, I have an autistic son. I had to be leaving him with people in the yard. Sometimes when I leave him, they say they can't take care of him. And because I was so, I can't find the word, desperate then. I had to still leave him. And although the lady said she can't take care, I had to leave him, see him, you know, because I was desperate. I didn't get any support from the father. Any support. If I ever call the father and say, can you stay, can you come for DJ, I'm going to work. That's the main the father, he always had an excuse. No support, only me and my son, no support. So I had a hard time till I had to start going to my mother's house, which is far down the road, transportation and everything, just to leave my son, just to keep my job. I didn't have any support. And I stayed at that job for 4 years. And eventually they changed up the company and they lay off everybody. And that was my last job. And from that time, I've been unemployed. I tried several little jobs and they didn't work out. My last job and my first job were the two jobs that I stayed at the longest. My first job, I stayed at the printer. I stayed on that job for 7 years, and the last one for 4 years. And the ones in between, 1 or 2 years, yeah. And from then, I could not pick up a good job. It's just nonsense. If I go at this job, there is always something that I had to leave. You know? The latest one was with a clothing place recently, and they make stuff for people, and I wanted to learn to sew. And they said if I learn to sew and I catch on and everything, I would be permanently employed, and during that time learning I would still get money and all of that. And that was not the case. I stayed and I tried to learn and everything, and when time came for me to get money, no money. Why would I stay at a job that I have to spend money to go to and from, bus fare, lunch money, and not getting any money? So I quit that job. So I haven't been permanently employed since, or you know, yeah. But the next video I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing to survive. You understand? While being without a job. That's the next video. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Yeah. So me not have any luck with jobs. No luck at all. I wouldn't say no luck because I kept my first job for 7 years and the last one for 4 years. But a lot of things went on. That's a part of life. And you just have to make use of what you can do.